Aloha, and welcome to Betty's Real Estate Corner, brought to you by Caldwell Banker, Roy and Betty Sakamoto. And today I am here alone with the people that run this station. Got Jesse here with my computer, and we've got a lot of stuff happening here. Anyway, I'm hoping that Elizabeth Quail checks in. She's upcountry, I think Makawao, and at an open house. And it's really exciting. I mean, she's so thrilled about this place and doesn't usually take listings on this side of the island. But she talked to somebody and went and looked at their property and fell in love with it herself and knew that she could take care of it for them. So she's having a good time. She's been doing a variety of things to make it shine, sparkle, and all the things that we want when we get a new listing. So she's really doing perfect. I'm today here, and I'm thinking that I'm going to pull out some of my old things that I haven't thought about for a while. And kind of interesting. Let me just find one of these because I love them, and I've read them a couple of times. But this one is, it's titled, "To Buy or Not to Buy, That is the Question." And I just love this, and I think we should all think about it. I hesitate to make a list of all the countless deals I've missed. Bonanzas that were in my grip, I watched through my fingers slip. The windfalls that I should have bought were lost because I overthought. I thought of this, I thought of that. I could have sworn I smelled a rat. And while I thought things over twice, another grabbed them at that price. It seems I always hesitate, then make my mind up way too late. A very cautious man am I, and that is why I never buy. How Nassau and how Suffolk grew, New Jersey, Staten Island too, while others culled those sprawling farms and welcomed them with open arms. A corner here, 10 acres there, compounding values year by year. I chose to think, and as I thought, they bought the deals I should have bought. The golden chances I had then are lost and will not come again. Today I cannot be enticed, for everything's so overpriced. The deals of yesteryear are dead. The market's soft, and so's my head. Last night I had a fearful dream. I know I wakened with a scream. Some Indians approached my bed for trinkets on the barrel head and dollar bills worth 24, and nothing less and nothing more. They'd sell Manhattan Isle to me. The most I'd go was 23. The Redmen scowled, not on a bet, and sold to Peter Minuet. At times, a teardrop drowns my eyes for deals I had but did not buy, and now life's saddest words I pen. If only I'd invested then. That was actually in the Farm and Land Realtor magazine, October 1917, and it will always be something that someone can reread, and your whole life will go spinning because you'll believe, how could I possibly have not done whatever that is that you thought of doing? And I think we're in one of those times for the market. I think life is changing quickly. Prices have gone up drastically. I think it is a hard time to make a decision to buy, but we are still seeing a lot of activity, especially in the upper end of the market. I think the lower end is starting to come back, and interest rates are getting better. So we should all be thinking about what's happening and what we're going to do next. The Kapalua market, which happens to be my favorite market because we live there and have kind of specialized in it. Our whole office doesn't, but it still is. It's a great time to be buying. If something's on the market, I would sure, and we needed something. We do own a Gulf villa, which we have rented out long-term, and our home. And for us right now, that's enough. You know, we're doing good with that. We're not getting any younger. But I think for everybody, call us, 808-870-7060. You can reach Roy Sakamoto. You can reach Elizabeth Quail at 808-276-6061. My phone number, 808-870-7062. And call any one of us. Leave us a message. We'll get back to you. I mean, right now I'm doing a radio show, so you're not going to track me down. But it really will be a great time. Talk to someone, learn a little more, and get on somebody's list. And I think you'll be really happy that you did. Let me just pull out another one of these things that I've been thinking about all day. We've got another one that I love. This is another kind of fun one just to read. And it's something like this. There's a bridge connecting heaven and earth. It's called the Rainbow Bridge because of its many colors. Just this side of the Rainbow Bridge, there is a land of hills, meadows, and valleys with lush green grass. When a beloved pet dies, he goes to the place where there is food and water and warm spring weather. The old and frail animals are young again. Those who are maimed are made whole again. They play all day with each other. There's only one thing missing. They are not with their special person who loved them on earth. So each day they run and play, and the day comes when suddenly they stop playing and look up. The nose twitches, the ears are up, the eyes are staring, and suddenly this one runs from the group. You've been seen. And when you and your special friend meet, you take them in your arms and cover them with kisses again and again, and you look once more into the eyes of your trusting pet. Then you cross the Rainbow Bridge together, never to be separated. Now, I don't know, we've had a lot of pets, and somewhere someone gave us that, and I always look at it kind of hoping that maybe that'll happen one day, that there is a Rainbow Bridge, and we'll all figure out how we come across it. It'll happen all of a sudden. You know, I may try to call, can I call Elizabeth from here?
Mm-hmm. Give me your number. Here we go.
Okay.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. I just got to the end. I've been reading a couple of the different things here. I am used to your being here or someone, so I'm not quite into the whole space of figuring it out. Tell us about the listing. I mentioned that you're there and how excited you got about it. So tell us a little.
My stars. I went to Broker's Caravan for the North Shore, where the KAOI meeting is. First of all, that was really cool. Maui Country Club. Haven't been there in like 30 years.
Yeah.
So, and I actually had, I think there were 9 homes on Caravan, and I've had probably 20 people through. So it's been really, I'm so happy because it's just a surprise package you didn't expect. I love this property. You need to see it.
I just said that on the radio, that when someone wanted you at first to take a property upcountry, that had to be a hard decision because it is difficult to get back and forth. But once you looked at it again, you were committed, and it will sell. It's spectacular.
It is gorgeous. Yes, the first time I pulled up, I took the wrong turn at Albuquerque and ended up at the chicken barn instead of the home. So there is a beautiful chicken barn across the meadow.
Is it part of the property?
Yes.
Wow.
You have a 3-bedroom, 4.5 bath main home that's over 4,000 square feet, including a media room and a library and an office, 2 full kitchens. This is like really was set up for ag.
What's the total
generational?
What's the total price of this? The whole property?
The whole property is listed at $3.9 million.
Wow, and tell us again exactly what it has. I kind of interrupted.
No. Thank you. So the main home is 4,600 square feet interior. It's built on post and pier. So underneath the home, you have workshop, power, water, and an extra half bath for anybody working the property. Then you have...
Is there actually a permit to be able to live down there?
No.
Okay.
It's just post and pier.
Okay.
And then you've got 2,000 square foot cottages. One is 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and the other was 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but the tenant added a bedroom to it. So it's actually 4-bedroom. Everything is permitted except that 4th bedroom. It's a spectacular property.
Wow.
You could have horses here. You could have the farm is gorgeous. The vegetation is, scrumptious. But you could also do like bring in a couple of horses, and you could do horse therapy with children, or you could do any kind of therapy here, or have a writer's retreat or an artist retreat. It's just, or come learn how to be a farmer.
Okay.
It's so gorgeous. It was built in 2008, so it's really weathered well. Surprisingly, I was able to get into the cottages with Jake a couple of weeks ago, and they're in really super clean condition.
That is
So
really great by
anybody
itself.
moving in here, yeah. Anybody moving in here, anything you want to change, maybe paint. That's it.
And that should do it. Wow.
It's great.
Who do you think will be the buyer? Just as you're up there today walking around, what's your picture? I mean, it'd be great, a large family. It would be just spectacular.
It would be, like I said, it's a perfect spot for multi-generational living because the home is so big and you have separate kitchens. So if you didn't want to be hanging out with your brother, you have 2,000 square feet to not be.
Yeah, that's right.
I just think this would be. They had, relatives from the mainland that would come over. Julie was a teacher on Molokai and then in Makawao for 28 years.
Wow.
So they had a lot of their families from Texas. They had relatives coming nonstop, and it's just set up exactly for that. Somebody with a lot of family.
Are the bedrooms all large bedrooms, easy to...
The bedrooms...
Oops. We're losing our connection a little. Are you walking around?
Here, the side. The bedrooms, the first time I came to view it, all the bedrooms had 2 king-size beds in it.
Okay.
I had the seller remove them because the rooms are ample and you want to see that. So they're spacious enough. The media room actually also had another extra bed in it as well. So
wow.
A lot of family would come and stay. And it's a perfect place. If you're a farmer and you need land, if you want to grow chickens, they've got sheep, fruit, beautiful fruit trees.
Wow.
It's just, every realtor will say this. You need to see this property.
Wow, we've got to get back up there. I was thrilled to have seen it, but I think we've got to bring our whole office back up.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be nice because when I went to the meeting today, you just don't realize how many realtors you know from the other side.
I know. It is amazing, isn't it?
It was nice to see people. It's a glorious day. Look what we get to do, and how grateful I am that I get to do it. I'm helping somebody.
Yeah, it is amazing. And to just be up there to spend the day. I mean, the day that you went up and looked at it the first time, I remember you saying it was such a great, great place. And that you couldn't wait to kind of get your teeth into it and get it sold for them.
Yeah.
Long way from
wonderful.
Where you usually are, but I give you a lot of credit for doing it because that's a hard commitment. And you are committed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, I like the challenge.
Yes, I know.
As you well know.
Yes. Yeah, Napili and Kapalua, et cetera, can live without you a little bit, if you get that one sold.
Not too much, please, but yes.
No, I know. But it still is fun to think of it that way. You can get it done. And to that many people come by today by itself is quite...
I was so happy because there were 9 places on Caravan. So that was very, very, quite a very good sign. And, of course, everybody that comes in hasn't ever been here, so they're as wowed as I am. Boy,
that makes a huge difference, too.
Yeah.
And to just grab each one of them and run them around makes a big difference, too.
Yeah. No, it's been really, really good. You had one realtor kind of whine, but she probably needs a glass of wine.
Yes, maybe that's it. The whiner. Oh, we better not say anything like that.
No,
but it's fun. And it's fun that she...
during Caravan, please.
That's right. It's pretty interesting. Well, what else? I mean, what else are you thinking right now? Let's talk the market just for a minute. What are you thinking? I'm a little nervous in general about the market. I don't think that's going to change activity that much. I think that we're going to still see a lot of sales, and it's going to be an interesting time. and I think we'll see some mini slumps, and then, we'll see, a lot of activity, and we might slump again. But it does look, doesn't it, like interest rates are getting better.
Real estate is cyclical. It always is.
Absolutely.
You have the peak. It's the peak was in 2022. In most places, there's exceptions, but in most places, it's probably dropped close to 25%. So what this spells is opportunity.
Yeah.
That's when the people who didn't want to pay at the peak of the market want to start looking, because there are people that have owned things for quite some time that this may be the time to capitalize on that. So this atmosphere, in my personal opinion, just brings more opportunities. Hopefully we'll hear from the mayor and help with those vacation rental situations so that people will start being able to buy condos that they know they can continue to vacation rent. So that'll kind of get the market moving a little bit better in the vacation rental.
Yeah, I think they can't, I don't know. I mean, I hate saying anything out loud, but it feels to me like they can't take properties that they've allowed to be vacation rentals for, I think, isn't it like 30 years?
Forever.
And change it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's...
Well, and it's, I think the purpose is workforce housing, and I don't think a $3.7 million two-bedroom unit in Kapalua is going to qualify as, workforce housing.
No,
so as soon as the mayor can kind of get that turned around and answer questions, that'll give us an uptick in sales in that particular genre.
I think it will, but I mean, there's also just the smaller places, that are falling into those categories, that maybe Kapalua condos that aren't $3 million.
That's right.
And I mean, again, the same thing, though. I think the people have been used to being able to use them for themselves. And then when they're not using them, they keep it rented, or they don't rent it, or they rent it every so often, or they have family and friends. I mean, there's all sorts of different things that have gone on. But it's hard to totally change what you've been doing for the last, I would say, easily, it's 30 years, I think, for the majority of the condos.
We have only one industry in Hawaii. There's one industry we have, period. It's tourism.
That's right.
We're not manufacturing, pineapple or anything there's one business in Hawaii, other than the best surfing and all of that wonderful stuff, tourism. Mm-hmm. So if you block our means to get tourists to come visit stuff, it's counter-effective. So I'm hoping and actually very optimistic that the mayor will cite that in July, and then we can move forward with the answer versus the question.
Well, I think it is going to be interesting. I hope you're right. I agree with you. I think it's going to be a nightmare if it doesn't work that way, and I think we should be able to build additional housing, that would be very permanent for people. Whereas these rentals for a year, and then you supposedly move or you stay 2 years or whatever, they're very hard places to live. They don't have enough room. They don't have enough storage. They don't have enough anything. I think it really is difficult for people when they end up moving into these buildings that have been used now exclusively for short-term rentals. So hopefully that does make a difference for a lot of people.
Speaking of rentals, let's talk about, if you have a moment,
sure,
the Masters at Kaanapali.
Oh, we love the Masters at Kaanapali.
The Masters have never been a vacation rentable property.
Mm-hmm.
It's a residential property that is a dream come true. It's gated. It's perfectly manicured. It sits on the Royal Golf Course. It's just, the construction is just, Obayashi did a phenomenal job. The floor plans are great. We happen to have 2 of them listed in there right now. So,
what's the price range there? I haven't looked at those for a while, but I agree with you. That is a great rental property, and it's a great second home. because
It's a great second home or great first home. quite frankly.
great first home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. So the lowest priced 2-bedroom on the market right now is 1707, which happens to be our listing. It's 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a downstairs unit, and it has a multi and channel exposure. The seller actually came and painted it and staged it. You don't need to do anything to that unit. It's beautiful.
That is great.
Now, yes. And then we've got 2902. That's Lisa's unit.
Yes, that's a great unit.
It's a beautiful unit.
Yes.
Upstairs, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, taken to the studs in 2020. So the remodel is spectacular, and the views are everything. Corner unit.
That is really one of the best units. I remember when she bought that, and she was really looking for the best of the best, and her life has changed somewhat. But I think it's really great. I mean, I think for now she'll sell it, but I'll tell you one thing, she will get back into the market in the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, she's already very happy. She lives in London half the year.
Yeah.
She's already really happy because her neighbor asked her to come dog sit for a month in December.
That's perfect. That is funny, and she'll do that in a flash.
Oh, of course we will.
Yeah. Yes. It's all amazing. What else have you been up to?
Oh, my stars.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so very, very lucky to be working hard and having things to do, and we're closing on that beautiful little house on the lower road in Napili on Monday. Ryan Michimoto brought in the buyers. He's been a delight to work with.
That was
it's a beautiful home.
One of the greatest remodels that I have ever seen.
Yeah.
When you took me to see that, I can't believe it. I wish I had found the right person. I would love to have bought it, and I don't know why, because we'd be looking for, a long-term tenant probably. But it is really so amazing. I love that house.
It's a very special place.
Yeah, it really is.
The people that are buying it moved away to California right after the fire.
Okay.
And so they had a baby, and so now they have the opportunity to come back with their 3-year-old baby.
Oh, wow. That is great.
A beautiful home. So.
Hey, we just have suddenly gotten the 2-minute warning.
Oh, I blab nonstop. Imagine that.
Imagine that. We talk nonstop. It's been great, though. I think we had enough information for people, but the bottom line is you can call Elizabeth 808-276
6061.
6061. I've said your number twice already, and now I'm drawing a blank on it. But I think that
your partners in crime.
give Elizabeth a call. She knows so much about now just about every corner of Maui, and that's really pretty spectacular. You can give.
In other words, I'm old.
In other words, no. Well, I don't think she's old. She's a lot younger than I am, so we're not going to call her old anytime soon. So I think now
I'm going to leave you with the best thought that you can imagine
go for
now.
it.
They have 5 sheep, and they had a little baby lamb a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
I just looked up. There's another baby lamb.
Oh, that is great.
Thank you, God, for haiku and lambs.
Oh, that is great. Well, I will talk to you soon. See you back at Kapalua.
See you back in Kapalua.
Aloha. Danny Couch is back with I Love Hawaii. And I do love Hawaii.